Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I can see the camera's a little glitchy, which is crazy. There's nothing going on the internet tonight except, y'all out there. So we're going to go ahead and turn this down and take a look at the cards while I'm dealing them out, and I'll tell you what it was that I saw for you this month. I saw you in a garden. You were humming around, you were puttering around, you were, mostly it was flowers, you were repotting plants, you were just connecting with nature, you were beautifying your home. It was just about like finding the joy and the happiness and the really simple things, the really creative things. It was really fun to watch you just enjoying yourself. I'm checking the lighting here. It keeps shifting as the sun goes down, so we'll see how it goes. What message I got from all of that was that connect with nature, and it will help you to connect to your creative self, right? Out there repotting the plants, putting in the flowers in different places, making the yard look nice. But also there's a song. There is a personal song expression of your life that is bubbling up inside of you and it wants out. And I heard that song, Make Your Own Kind of Music, Sing Your Own Special Song. It's like Karen Carpenter maybe. Even if nobody else wants to sing along. And so it's about finding your cosmic voice, and creating what lights you up, what beautifies your life, what is important to you. And so big transformation ahead here. Wow, you got the card of transformation for your overall energy. This is the end of a major cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. I'm never disappointed to see that as overall energy because we have so much happening. So this month they're right smack in the middle of it. So it's Gemini season. In Gemini, we've got Mercury and Venus both there, and they're chatting and they're talking about love and creativity, and especially creativity with Venus in there. And so really finding your voice on that and figuring out what it is, how to express it, right? So voice could be, do you express it artistically? Do you express it through written? Do you express it through telling somebody, or do you write a song? Do you just sing this song, right? It's all this expression of creativity coming from you. So that's cool. And we also have an eclipse happening. The eclipse is happening in your 10th house of career. So that is releasing and moving away from what doesn't serve you. That could be the big transformation that you have coming up here. But let's just see what we get into here. Ooh, in the heart space, the key to the situation, we have the crossroads. So you're at a big crossroads. You know that there's a big change coming. So the question is, what in your heart feels right? What feels right to your heart? I'm still trying to get... That looks better. Okay. So what feels right in your heart? What's going to light you up? What's going to get you there? So this is past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. We're going to clarify, but big deal going on during Gemini. Could be in your career path and where you're going from here with that. So in the recent past, there's been an obstacle that you've been trying to figure out, how do you overcome it? Now, this particular mountain card, it's a fairy tale. It's the fairy tale Lenormand that I'm using. I'm really excited that I got these. I've been saving them for this Gemini, which likes to tell stories, right? And so this is about a story of jealousy and of people not willing to stand up for other people that in their life that matter. And so that's kind of thing that could be creating an obstacle, and you were trying to get some more information, or you were hoping someone would stand up for you, or someone would have your back. It's that kind of energy. And so maybe it's just time to move on from a situation. Yes, it's time to cut something out. What are you cutting out? You're cutting, okay, so the scythe is pointing to here. You're cutting out the people in your life that are self-serving and narcissistic. Nice. Proud of you. If there are people who do not do not respond to you, do not have conversations with you, who ignore you and leave you at the side while they just go around and take care of what it is that they want for themselves, you need to cut them out. That you could be at that crossroad that could help transform your life. So if you have a job where the people are like always talking crap about you behind your back, maybe it's time to be thinking about a new job, right? Maybe it's time to move away from that. So there is some kind of a situation where it is time to cut, to let go of, to transform out of your life the people who are always like thinking about themselves, and then it's time for you to start, putting yourself first a little bit. Oh, you've had a lot of confusion over this. We have the clouds showing up in the area of anxiety. So there's been some doubt, some confusion, but I gotta tell you, I'm looking at this, and even though these are really tough cards, the energy doesn't feel tough. The energy feels like, when you repot a plant, right? It's like, oh, that's not working, so I'm going to pull that plant up out of this place, and I'm going to put it over there where it has room to grow, where it has room to thrive. So I feel like you're repotting your life. You are redoing it in a way that's more beautiful, and you were singing and humming, and so I don't think it's going to be a bad thing until I see this, and I'm like, oh, geez. You have, in the area of the heart space, we got all this anxiety of the mice. I saw the coolest card, and it's in this deck, and I don't know if you'll get it, but it says that up in the head, that's where anxiety, that's where fear, anxiousness, negativity, that's where that lives. And yet you have it here in the heart space, which means I feel like your head is getting in the way of listening to your heart. It's moving along here. So we have the ship. So there is a big moving forward, but it's been a real obstacle for you. It's been like you almost like stagnant energy and not being willing to take the chance. But I like this. In the area of what is current in your life, you have the action to take is the bouquet. So the bouquet of flowers is like counting your blessings, focusing on what is good. It is choosing happiness. It's choosing happiness. And even if you don't feel very happy, if you're humming, if you're singing, if you're doing something you love that's creative, right? Now you are choosing to live in the moment and create the happiness in the moment. And eventually this stuff should go away. I don't know why that card is there. And then you find your home. You find what is home to you. So here we have the flowers in the home, which is what I saw. But what should you do about those mice? Oh. I want to say stop worrying. Like that ever works. So, count your blessings. If you are counting your blessings instead of counting what you're worried about, then you'll start to focus on the blessings. So, that is something you can try. Okay. It's about okay. It is about releasing the emotional baggage and letting yourself go forward in a way. We've got the new bottom of the deck is the book of stories. The stories are open, which means that are you repeating the same stories over and over to yourself, or are you writing your new one? Because you have a chance to completely transform your life in some area here. And to be honest, I can't tell what area. Whatever it is, it's got you very anxious. So it could be about your career. It could be a relationship. It could be a lot of things. I can't really identify it here. Pisces, you've been having such great readings. I'm a little caught off guard by this. So you were invited a week or two ago to have some fun, to let your inner child out to play. And so I'm going to encourage you again to let your inner child out, to have some play. Healing that inner child, taking care of it, nurturing it, to allow the transformation to happen in your life. You have the eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. You are learning. So I think that means you're going to cut out that which isn't working for you. Because in the action space, we have choose happiness And in the area of feeling safe and secure, you have the home, and that is safety and security. And so I believe that you are going to figure out what feels like home to you. But it is going to be a matter of you cutting out the people that make you feel bad about yourself and releasing the emotional baggage. That's a lot, but Pisces, you came here to do this kind of work, so I guess you're on target. So, the heart of the matter, there is more going on that meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Really? Well, I would like a little more clarity than that. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. If you have a relationship that you're really confused about, because for some reason you're not getting enough information, because up here where the information and the research is, you have the mountain, so there's a blockage on the information coming to you. There's down here, is there movement forward or not in the area of the blocks and obstacles? There seems to be, you're at this crossroad. Focus on your blessings. Focus on what you want. Maybe what you need to cut out is overanalyzing a situation, because the fox is very much about analyzing. And so this is up in your thoughts. And so maybe what needs to be cut out isn't the narcissistic person in your life, but maybe what needs to be cut out is your need to be clever and to figure out how to manipulate a situation to work, and the overanalyzing of a situation, because the foxes are very clever. They can look at a situation, right? In the stories, they're the ones that figure out how to get someone to carry them across the water so they don't get wet, how to get the crow to drop the grapes so that they get to eat. So there's all of this cleverness, and maybe what you need to cut out is the overthinking of the situation and get into your heart space, the heart of the matter. There is more going on that meets the eye, that recognize what this is all about. I feel like you don't have enough information. I feel like there's a big part of this problem right here is in the matter, and this is in the Gemini is in your home, right? So we're talking about something around your home. It looks like it works out in the end because we have the home here. So I feel like there's a situation where you're very worried about it, but you don't have enough information. But there's a transformation occurring. And I think that you deciding not to worry about it, you deciding to turn it over to Spirit and let Spirit worry about the details of it, because you don't have enough information, might be really beneficial here, depending on what's going on. Focus on what brings you joy and happiness. Yeah, so it says here, I open my soul to grace, emerging into grace. So I feel like there is something you're very anxious about, that you don't have enough information, and so you're worrying about it, but the emotional baggage maybe that you need to release is the anxieties that you have around the situation, and that the story and the information will come to you later. It's just not here now. And, in order to move things forward, just focus on what brings you the joy and the happiness. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine. Get out there and make your life beautiful. If you don't live in the northern hemisphere, then, cleaning up your yard and getting it ready for the fall. I think being connected to nature and staying grounded is really important, because this was definitely very grounding energy. And hum to yourself, sing to yourself, find your voice and create something beautiful in your life, and focus on you. This emerging into grace, I never noticed this before. That is a lotus pushing its way up. I had a really spiritual experience one time when I was working with a shaman, and I saw myself coming up through the deep, deep water and the sunlight up ahead. And then when I got to the top, I realized I was a water lily, a lotus. And in order for a lotus to make it to the top, the seeds are coated in these really, really thick shell casings. And literally, if you were to buy a lotus seed or a water lily seed, whatever you want to call it, you have to nick it. You have to cut a hole. You have to take like a Dremel to it or hit it a little bit with a hammer. You have to crack the seed because it's so tough. And so in order for it to happen in nature, it has to bounce along a bunch of rocks and everything before it finally cracks it enough to get the water in there to help break it open. And then it has to be in the right kind of soil, kind of clay soil, to be able to send it. There's so many conditions that have to be right in order for that to come. And so emerging into grace, pushing yourself up, getting to where it is that you're going, that took a lot. There was a lot that happened in order for everything to be right. And we have the water lily here showing up again in the area of the heart of what you can do. So allow yourself to merge into grace. Allow yourself to just open to the sun and, rest in the evening. You close back up. And allow yourself to get into the cycles of life. Count your blessings. Do what makes you happy right now. Because whatever the situation is in the heart space, I think it resolves itself later, but it doesn't resolve itself right now. And oh my gosh, look what card you got. What am I grateful for right now? So yes, counting your blessings is what you should be doing right now. And focusing on what is good and not on what you don't know. I think that's how you get to where you're going. And so it says, adopt an abundant mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all of our problems. It is possible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. Gratitude improves our health, opens our hearts, and changes our state. And I really want to say, I think this card in this position, and I'm not sure, but I think that Aquarius just got this card also. So it is. So if you have Aquarius strong in your chart, you might want to check that one out. So there is something going on here. There is a need to count your blessings, to make the home beautiful for yourself, the situation. There's something going on that you don't have all the information for, but it says love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. And so I almost think that what you need to be cutting out is you trying to be clever and figuring out a situation that time, cycles, and seasons as they unfold will bring the answers to you. So relax and find the joy in where you are right now and in what you're doing and what you're creating. Find a way to have some fun and enjoy yourself and to cut out the worrying and see what happens next is kind of what it feels like. Really interesting, Pisces. So, all right, I will see you back here next week, and we will talk about the next 2 weeks in astrology, the moon astrology, what's going on with the moon. We're going to talk about that eclipse coming up a little bit more and what that could mean in your life. So lots of things going on. But Pisces, during this Gemini season, find a way to count your blessings and be at peace because you decide to be at peace. And let the situation have more time to unfold. It feels like a cycle that will end when it needs to. And there's nothing you can do to rush it. All right? You take care, and I will talk to you soon.